Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is our Simple Abundance year together. We're following along in Sarah Ban Breathnach's book, Simple Abundance, and we're getting into the principles. We're almost all the way through them, but let's see, what have we done so far? We started with gratitude, right? And talked about the importance of that and having a gratitude practice of some kind, potentially in a journal, gratitude journal. And then we talked about simplicity and simplifying things that might be causing you extra mental anguish or that could just be a whole lot simpler, right? And also paring things down so that you have more of a simple life. Then we talked about order. Oh, and we have a kitty in the background again. Order and getting organized and having some systems for things. We're going to get into that more in detail. And I hope I didn't lose you with that one because I know that can be hard. And then we talked about harmony and the way that we can find our balance through the harmonious serendipity of things, right? So that's a perfect lead-in to today's principle, which is beauty. And I'm specifically sitting here at my countertop because at the end of the video I'm going to try to show you what I do that sort of ties in with what she says at the end of the entry. But back to what beauty is. So I think it's only natural, and Sarah says this, that when you start to be embracing all of these principles and you're becoming more grateful and you're simplifying your life and you're looking for the harmony in things and you're finding order in systems and the peace that it gives you, then you start to really be wanting to design a beautiful life. And what does that mean exactly? Well, just like a simple life, I suppose that could be very personal as well. But beauty, I'm sorry I got distracted because my cat is just running back and forth. She wants to be the star of the channel. When I think about beauty, I think about colors and fabrics and textures and shapes and seeing the magic in nature and beautiful art. I love beauty. But I have to say, just like Sarah says in her entries, that we can get so bogged down with the everyday responsibilities and distractions of life that we forget to look for the beauty in our lives. And an example of that for me is I occasionally will have a friend that will ask me, oh, did you see the moon last night? And I just think, wow, I am so oblivious. Like, I'm so busy that I just never even looked up at the sky. And how magnificent are the stars. I used to love to watch the stars when I was growing up, and my mom gave me a little constellation book, and I've always wished that I knew more constellations, but I have to schedule those things, I think, now, right? And actually in this entry, Sarah does encourage us sometime in the coming week or so to schedule some time to go somewhere where there's beautiful art, maybe a museum or a conference hall or somewhere that you know that you can view beautiful art and look at all the colors and shapes and just the beauty of it all. Maybe that to you means going to an indoor nursery this time of year too and seeing the pretty flowers and thinking about spring, right? So I'd love to know what you think a beautiful life is and how you feel like you could really foster more awareness of beauty. She says in the beginning of the entry today, just to open your eyes to it. And that's the first step, really. I like what she says at the very end. She says, tonight, gaze into the faces of those you love, set the table with care, and relish the preparation you make for dinner, delighting in the presentation of your meal. Light the candles, pour wine or sparkling water in your prettiest goblets and celebrate this new awareness. It is in the details of life that beauty is revealed, sustained, and nurtured. Outside, winter's darkness closes in. Inside, you have found your own light. And she capitalizes light too, so it's more of like a spiritual inner light. So, why did I say I was sitting right here? So I'm sitting at my countertop. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it so great with the video, but on my countertop, I'll try to move it a little bit. I always keep a setup here with nice goblets and napkins, placemats. I do a special like seasonal table runner, like right now it's a cardinal. And then I try to have flowers too. Can you see? I have some carnations. And I lit some candles. So earlier in the month, she said something about life is not a dress rehearsal. And that is what sparked me 2 years ago to go out. I didn't spend very much. In fact, I had some of this stuff, but I did get new napkins and napkin rings. And then I've occasionally switched out the drinking glasses. But I liked how she said that sometimes you might have these nice things that you keep for only a special occasion, but life is not a dress rehearsal. This is your life. So I've adopted the practice of keeping my countertop just really nice and inviting, and I get it. Like for Valentine's Day, I have a heart runner, and in the fall I have leaves, and in the spring I have another one with birds and flowers, and I always try to have flowers on the counter too. I don't always light the candles, but I felt inspired from how she said to light the candles. And coming up, if you've taken a peek at the February Joyful Simplicities, at least in her past book, I hope it hasn't been removed from this new one, but I usually have it on my calendar. February 2nd is Candlemas, so she does encourage you to like light all the candles and make it a night of light. So maybe we'll do that together later. So how's it going so far? How's your gratitude going? And are you starting to see where we're going with all these principles and how they really are interwoven together? So tomorrow is January 19th, and that is the final principle, which is joy. And I think that's the one I always say first when I list them out on my videos, but it makes sense that all of these principles have been leading to that final one of joy, because here we are on 365-day journey to a more balanced and joyful life, right? So I look forward to sharing that one with you tomorrow. I hope you will share in the comments if you have anything that you do when you're preparing dinner or something like this where you keep your dining room table all set up for nice company, or light the candles, always have flowers, whatever you like to do that can add a little bit more beauty and spark to your life. And let me know if you're going to go out and go to see an art exhibit, because I bet that would be really inspiring for your soul. Just reminded too, one of the January Joyful Simplicities at the end of January is to go to a craft store and kind of look at all the various things that you can make and the colors and tapestries, beauty, palettes, all the things that you could do to be creative and add a little bit of beauty in a creative project. So maybe you're going to do that one too. Definitely let me know. I'm so glad you're here, and thank you for sharing all your comments and positive feedback. And I will see you tomorrow for our joy discussion. Thanks.